Hey everybody. So yeah, I wanted to do like a dream home kind of thing. Like I got a few packs over the Steam summer sale. Like I got University and I got Eco Living, and I've been having a lot of fun with those. I got the high school pack too. It just came out. Um, not really impressed with either the university or the high school like gameplay. It is like useful, to send your Sims to school. I mean, it makes sense, like sending them to school is good. Um, it's not exactly very riveting, like fun gameplay compared to like base game Sims or uh, like the actually yeah the eco living thing. I actually really liked a lot of the gameplay, like the kind of the story of like how there's this really trashy like industrial area that you're trying to clean up and like make it nice again. But and then there's a lot of stuff that's in the build and buy that I really liked, right? Like down here in this little basement walkout thing, I ended up doing like a bunch of hydroponic kind of like garden stuff. That's all from Eco Living. But yeah, so this house I was trying to do like a green kind of design, and like with eco living, the all the materials they give them like footprints where it's like things are green or they're industrial and or just neutral, So like I like that. I think it's kind of cool that they actually tried to say, oh well, if you build it out of this kind of brick, then that's no good. But you build it out of this brick, then that's that's green. But they didn't really put that much effort into actually trying to figure out like what would be green and what wouldn't be. Like I thought it was funny because they did. There's this whole thing with like shipping containers where they're trying to like use shipping containers to make green design, and there's like nothing green actually about doing design with shipping containers because basically if they're not doing their job shipping things around the world, then it's like there's enough steel in those things to make a small skyscraper, and if you just melt them down and like recycle them and turn them into something else, then it's much more green than trying to get a structural engineer in and cut things out and then reinforce them, and like there's it's a joke, that's like it's like a meme that's green design, the shipping containers thing. But I mean, like they tried. um, but but yeah, I wanted to do kind of like an ultra modern um, house, and then like we have been having this ridiculous heat wave. Like I'm in Colorado, right? A lot of my family is out in Cali. Like like my little sister just left, or she was in San Fran. My stepbrother is out in LA, and like I was talking to them last year, and they're like, it's like Blade Runner. Like you go outside and then the sky is red, and there's like I think it's just a matter of time before California's on fire again. you know so I was like dreaming of having this nice little lair, like a basement walkout. Like I'm in my home office right now, and we're upstairs. I don't know if you can see up here. Like it's like 8:30 at night, and it's still 85. Like inside, like in the upstairs with the AC on and everything, it feels like I'm melting, and I hate it. And like, yeah, that's with the dry heat, in Colorado. But anyways, so I was like fantasizing about having one of these like kind of like well, it's supposed to be green, and then the basement just stays a lot cooler. It just stays a lot. It stays warmer in the winter, or sorry, warmer in the winter, yeah, and cooler in the summer because the earth just insulates everything around it. And then I was like, oh well, um, I want to do like a rooftop deck thing, but I don't want to have a bedroom upstairs. So like originally I was thinking I was going to try and incorporate this design thing that you see a lot, like with modern design, where they do this kind of boxy thing, right? And it has like walls on either side, like north and south, and then it stops that like north south sun, or sorry, well the south sun is what it really stops. Um, so I guess I'm imagining that this house has this giant light well on like the north side, or that's where it should be. The kitchen should be along this like south wall, and it also gives some privacy, like from the neighbors, like staring in through a giant light well. But yeah, I wanted to do this light well thing with the stairs that you can see like over there on the right, like a giant light well, and then have like most of the walls kind of knocked out in there, to have a nice open floor plan, and then a like a rooftop deck thing, like a kind of like a party room thing. So at no point was I planning on making this, a bedroom up here. Like it was supposed to. The whole time I was thinking like, no, this is gonna be a deck. And then I thought, well, I want to make it like cool. I want to make either do something to make it shady, or like somehow take advantage of the architecture somehow to make it a little bit cooler. So I was thinking like, okay, well, I could have um, like a little kitchenette up there. Like if there's like a rooftop deck and like a party room, you at least want like a sink, and maybe a refrigerator. And then there's like I think I put a bar. Yeah, I put a bar up there later and stuff like that. But I guess it could be used for whatever kind of skill, like if you have a sim who's a painter, then they could have like easels and stuff up there, like do like landscape painting, like plein air painting or whatever. Or if, like the sim that I had in mind for this is like a chef. He has like a cooking club, and he likes to have his friends over, to for like dinner parties and stuff like that. But he's a bachelor, and um, so yeah, I was like, yeah, Darren would really like this place. But I was trying to keep with the whole like green design thing, and also just make it nice and cool because that's what I've been fantasizing about. So I like these, a lot of these windows that I'm using are from Eco Living, and I think that they do try and incorporate some interesting kind of like green designs with the windows, like saying, oh well, they're double pane, whatever, like vacuum, and then they have like solar panels and all kinds of stuff like that. But I was like, oh well, it'd be nice to have a little light box window if there's like a deck covering it, and stuff like that. And I wanted to have lots of kind of outdoor space for like entertaining and stuff. And the neighborhood, this neighborhood, this is part of Uni. It's like Brightchester. It's it does get snow, like it does snow in the winter, but the winters are kind of mild, and it doesn't get that much rain. It doesn't get as much rain as you might think, like as a lot of the other neighborhoods do. So I tried to incorporate all that. Like I wanted to have the basement walkout, and then have like plants and stuff. I wanted to have that was like a big part of the design, was I was thinking of having a lot of plants like all over the place. Um, but like I ended up using all of this like hydroponic stuff from Eco Living, and like trying to do this like nice little garden space um, in the basement walkout, and like have some privacy down there and stuff. And like that's where his little my Sims like home office is. Like I kind of played around with putting a computer, like a computer desk in the light well thing. But I was like, no, like I know what that feels like to just be baked in there while you're trying to work on your computer. That sucks. And like put it back down into the basement, you know. But I really, I think maybe I was thinking of myself or my sim or whoever. But like I really like this build. I really like this build a lot. Like I could definitely live in a place like this. I think there's a lot of times I design like kind of like fantasy buildings, but also trying to keep it sort of realistic and modern and use like some good design stuff, like good modern architecture and good design, but keep it sort of realistic. Um, and then so like yeah, like up here, I wanted to use bricks and stuff for the foundation, but then having like drywall and stucco and stuff like that on the upper floors, because I think that that's a little bit more realistic. Like with a build like this, you don't see as much stuff where they build giant things out of like the stairwell, is like it has all those windows in it and stuff. Is so I didn't want to, I didn't want to make a stairwell out of bricks like you'd see in like or I think in an office building it would be cinder blocks, but since it has all the windows and stuff, I was trying to do like stucco and but like homey, like good design, but make it like homey and modern. And I really really like the rooftop deck. Like a lot of times I think that these rooftop decks, they aren't as great as you might think, because it's so hot. It's like there's so much sun and you need that shade. Like you need something up there to just keep you from baking in the sun. And so I tried to do something like that, and I thought, well, it'd be cool to have like a bar up there, and like, I tried to build like a cool bar for the rooftop deck. Um, yeah, like actually, I think this is the coolest like bar thing that I built in a house for Sims. And it makes sense that it's this guy. It's my restaurateur guy, who's really really into like mixology and cooking. Um, but I like to think that maybe he's really into having like super super fresh ingredients, and so he like grows his own vegetables with his own hydroponic thing at home. And I was picturing like maybe even some kind of like water collection system where since it has a lot of flat, kind of like rooftops, that there's like, tried to put like solar panels on it, and I pictured like the water kind of maybe running down into the little downstairs like hydroponic area into a rain barrel or something where it gets reused. And like it doesn't even have to be like hydroponic. Like there's all kinds of stuff that you can do with like those vertical gardens that you don't need to pump them full of like phosphates and nitrates and stuff to make them hydroponic. Like you can just water stuff and then put you know like soil or some kind of medium in there that the yeah like, but using that idea of having the nice green design. um, but I really really like this place, and I really like the layer, the downstairs too. So I was thinking like, oh, I could put all this stuff down here. I could put like all kinds of crap, like a game room, with the foosball table, whatever, just like what have you, all kinds of crap down there. but I ended up just making it the bedroom and like the home office, and like putting like a little bit of stuff down there for him to work out on, or whatever, and just like have a nice little private cave space, like quiet little place, and like ended up putting a lot of books everywhere. Like that was part of the a lot of like the decorating stuff was just like plants and books just everywhere, and a few TVs like here and there, but yeah, mostly just about like the books and the plants. So yeah, like here I was kind of playing around with the home office, like what to do with a little home office, and I was like, no, it's just like it's way too hot in that little light well to have a home office in there. But then I also really like this thing with the open floor plan. I took a little bookcase and then made a like an entertainment island, um, and then I think a lot of some of this furniture, I was trying to play around with the new high school build and buy. There's actually some really nice stuff. They gave us some nice, really nice looking new furniture. But I wanted to make, just have like a totally open floor plan, um, like first floor, or everything is open floor plan. All of the rooms are open floor plan, and the light just kind of flows through the whole thing. And you have your sunny spots, and then you have your shady spots. But but yeah, I mean, like I actually really dig it, and definitely like one of my favorite builds so far. And I like the little like entertainment island thing, and like I did put one TV on every floor. Like I put one up on the rooftop deck, like behind the bar. I put one in the little entertainment island in like the living room, dining room thing, and then I put one at the foot of the bed, like down at the bottom or in the cave. But I like the idea that this guy just he likes to chill out and watch TV, but like mostly just likes to like hang out and like read books and mess around with his plants and stuff. And that maybe he's like he is a bachelor or whatever. Or actually, I had a bachelorette too, who I was had in mind for this place, but it ended up being more. She's more of like a botanist, um, or like a flower. She's into like botany and like flower arranging and stuff like that. So I thought, well, you know, this could either be for Nikki or it could be for Darren. And so, who knows? Like maybe they'll hook up and live together in this place, and then move out when they decide to have a baby. But yeah, like I think I'm going to skip ahead a little bit on here, and I'm just gonna show you guys like the final walkthrough, because like that's like you kind of get the idea, like lots of decks, lots of outdoor space, um, and it's creative uses of light, I guess is what you might say. And then I wanted to have like green kind of modern design. So yeah, okay, I'm just gonna skip ahead a little bit through here and show you the final walkthrough. Okay, so here's Darren moving in, and you can see that he's in a really shitty mood, trying to like talk himself down in the mirror in his bathroom, and yeah, you're gonna like kind of walk around a little bit. It is kind of cool, like how fat, like he's in a really bad mood. I'm not even sure what happened, why he was so pissed off, but he like crawls into his little cave. All of a sudden, he's happy. Um, and then you can see like I just did like a wall of like hydroponics stuff back there. I think I'm probably I'm gonna tone that back a little bit. Whoever like ends up living here full time. Because I had Darren in mind a little bit, and then I had Nikki in mind a little bit. Nikki's the more of the plant person. Darren is definitely the chef. But he's gonna go up to the deck and like hang out on his in his little bar area. You know, the more that I look at this, like I think that Darren and Nikki could definitely live happily ever after up here. But I love the bar. I love the bar, and I love the cave thing with all the hydroponics and plants and stuff.